What's up, everybody? And welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I am the innocent bystander, Matt Sullivan.
I am Trunks.
I'm Dean.
I'm Chris.
A lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, the finals are coming up very soon. Western Conference Finals just ended. Eastern Conference Finals potentially ending tonight. We're going to speak about both of those.
We're missing Ortiz today.
Obviously, yes, we're missing Ortiz today, but
Saving lives at the moment.
he's transporting currently. Nice, man. Well, Ortiz, we hope you're watching.
I don't know if he's saving them, but he's moving them. He's moving those lives.
He's definitely moving. I mean, he also could be moving dead.
Yeah,
So-
all right.
So he wouldn't be saving them. He would just be
he's
Still
not saving
still
anybody.
moving.
He's not exactly a doctor. So imagine Ortiz is a doctor. That'd be funny.
Why
But
would that be funny?
Because I can't imagine that
Okay.
shit. That'd be terrible. That'd be horrifying. But anyways, obviously a lot of stuff to talk about. So before we get into that, nobody hit this past week in a segment that we like to call.
Ball game bets. I didn't hit
That was so dead, bro.
because I missed my last week's ball game bet by one Jaylen Brown 3. Everything else hit.
Bro,
Jaylen Brown told
Jalen
all
messed
of
up
us.
all of us.
Yeah.
All of us,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, fuck you, Jaylen Brown, if you're watching. So for this week, I have Jimmy Butler to drop 25. I have Gabe Vincent to hit 2 threes, Jaylen Brown to have 20 points, and Gabe Vincent over 11.5 points for plus 258.
I have Jason Tatum to go over 23.5 points, Jaylen Brown to go over 20 points, Jimmy Butler to go over 22.5 points, and the Celtics money line.
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed.
Oh, shit. All right. I have Jason Tatum over 24.5. I have Bam Adebayo over 15.5. And I have Al Horford over 5.5 points. I also have Bam Adebayo over 7.5 rebounds.
Al Horford 1+ made threes. Kyle Lowry 1+ made threes. Bam Adebayo over 3.5 assists. Jason Tatum under 12.5 rebounds.
Before we get into anything, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all the good things. And before we get into obviously what we're going to talk about, as I already just said, like to thank our partners over at Sorare and, of course, our newest partners over at SeatGeek. All right, here we go. This needs to be good. Are we ready? This needs to be good.
This is great already.
Well, obviously, this isn't going to be in it. So, like, that's the whole point. I'm trying to make sure, like,
We're good. We're fine.
no, I know. I'm talking about me. I need to make sure this is good.
You
Ready?
gonna go?
Yeah, relax.
What am
was
I ready for?
Mentally preparing myself. Huge shout out to our new partners over at SeatGeek. They're the best ticketing app on the market. SeatGeek takes the confusion out of buying tickets. They give each ticket a score on a scale of 1 to 10, green being a good deal and red being a bad deal. Be sure to use our promo code BallGamePod for $20 off your first purchase with SeatGeek. Again, appreciate everybody over at SeatGeek for becoming our newest partners.
Wow.
Yay. There we go.
Wonderful job, man. Wonderful job.
Shout out Chris again. He made this shit possible. So, all right, let's start off. The retirement may be
Retirement.
coming soon. Obviously, the Lakers got bounced, swept by the Denver Nuggets. And honestly, every game was close. Every game was pretty close down the stretch of it. But you got swept. And now we have LeBron in press conferences talking about how he needs to think over his future in basketball. So potentially retirement coming for LeBron James. How much do we actually buy into that?
I really don't buy into it. I will say this. This is obviously the most likely it's been that he is to retirement.
Well, yeah, by far.
This is the first time we're hearing him say stuff like this. I just think he's using it like as a leverage play, honestly, because he could retire if the Lakers don't end up making some moves. So he's kind of just trying to scare them a little. But I will say this. I don't think he looks like he's having his fun playing basketball anymore right
It
now.
doesn't look like he's having fun at all.
He does not look like he's having fun at all, and that's kind of a big part in it. So I don't know, honestly.
Because
But
LeBron,
I don't see him retiring.
LeBron is not going to play until he's like, he will forever play. Oh my God, I can't English right now. Jesus Christ. he's not going to let himself be worse than a top 10 player in the NBA at any point. Once he feels as though there's any sort of slippage, he's also going to call it quits. And I mean, look, this is the first time that we've kind of seen, obviously in game 4, he looked fucking phenomenal in the first half. But this is the first time that we've really seen LeBron kind of look human, I guess, in a playoff run nonetheless. So yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it's entirely out of the realm of possibility, but as you said, definitely a leverage play.
Well, I have a question. I mean, would it really be the worst thing if the Lakers, if LeBron retired? You won your championship in 2020. You know, AD is still a tradable asset that teams would give up a lot for. If he retired, you're finally giving the Lakers an opportunity to reset and rebuild properly after LeBron being in LA. I feel like LeBron and AD in LA has almost ran its course at this point. We're kind of nearing the end. You're not going to see them get any better. So, you know, how much really room for roster improvement is there? Not really. You need to be really creative, Rob Pelinka. But if you're the Lakers and LeBron's hindering on retirement, I wouldn't be particularly begging him to come back, you know?
No,
Yeah.
the Lakers do not want LeBron to retire.
Obviously.
I know,
way.
but it really
Obviously.
wouldn't be the worst thing for them. I don't think.
I mean,
Bro.
listen, man.
It's LeBron James.
Yeah.
But
They put a competent roster around him for 20 games, and he got them to the Western Conference Finals.
Exactly.
Yes. I mean,
I think the
Anthony Davis-
Lakers are in a great.
I know, but you're going. It's going to be another year. He's only going to get older at this point.
We saw
Well,
some
yeah,
slippage in
but-
these playoffs, bro. And granted, obviously, we know there's the foot injury or whatever. Like, he's probably going to end up having an offseason surgery. That's most likely going to happen.
Probably.
But we saw slippage. Like, we saw that LeBron is human, and he's becoming more and more human by the year.
That's
He's not
fine,
going
but
to get younger.
Him being human is still a top 10 player in the league. And with him and Anthony Davis, if they have a competent roster, like we said, they'll be a championship contender either way. So
There's a lot of questions to answer.
There
this
is. There's a
offseason.
I
lot of
doubt he's
questions.
retiring.
But how? It's not super easy to just put together a competent roster.
I think
It's
they
not,
did, though.
but yeah, they did.
But they're
But
not
there's more
getting
moves to
those
be
guys
made.
back.
There is.
They're not getting everybody back for next.
They're gonna
See,
lose like one of them.
I don't think you need to get everybody back.
You
I
don't.
think the two
D'Lo's
guys that are
gone.
priority, D'Lo's gone. No,
Probably.
Lakers are not re-signing D'Lo.
No.
The two guys that you need to make a priority are Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. Those two
100%.
need to be back next season, no matter what. After that, Jared Vanderbilt takes on the back burner, and then obviously Lonnie Walker, same thing. But those are two guys that you potentially want to re-sign to if the price is right. I'd say outside of that, obviously D'Angelo Russell can walk. I don't know if Malik Beasley's a free agent this offseason. He is. Let Malik Beasley walk because he meant nothing to you too. So after that, I think you figure out a couple 3-and-D wings and you're back in business. If you get those two primary guys back,
I mean,
that's where I'm at with the Lakers.
I mean, with the Lakers this season, it's just the health of their stars. Has a lot to do. LeBron got hurt towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? He's getting old. You know, he's getting to the point where injuries are possible for him. He's not indestructible anymore. You know, so
We've seen it consistently over the past couple of years.
I just think for the Lakers, for it to work out, the roster construction almost needs to be perfect around LeBron at this point in his career. It can't just be a string of 3-and-D guys and he'll make it work. I really don't think it's like that anymore.
I don't think that's what this roster is.
Agreed.
No, it's not. But I don't think
roster
replacing.
I think this roster showed this past year towards the end of the season they could win games without LeBron.
Yep.
They
understand
got into the play-in without LeBron for most of that stretch when they made the trades. The roster is not an all-time great roster by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, you look at where this roster was at the start of the season and you look at where it is now, they're in the right direction. Rob Pelinka, a lot of people want to shit on Rob Pelinka, but he showed he's not afraid to make moves. He made moves that helped the team. So there's definitely moves that can be made, but you have a guy like Austin Reeves who can be, I don't think he's a third option on a championship team, but he's a third ball handler in a way. He could take the pressure off LeBron. You have a guy like Rui Hachimura who showed at times he could take the pressure off. You have a guy like Dennis Schroeder, who everyone likes to shit on Dennis Schroeder. I thought
They will bring him back.
I thought he was great in these playoffs.
I agree.
Honestly, in his role,
I agree.
he's great, and that's just another guy who could take the pressure off. This is, like you said, this isn't the typical LeBron team. It's not a bunch of 3-and-D guys around him. It's honestly a bunch of guys who can handle the ball and create for themselves. And I think that's what LeBron needs at this point in his career. And he showed us in Game 4 when, when he wants to, he's still that guy. Like, it's clear as day. He's still that guy.
But still, even when he's that guy, they're still losing. They got
They
swept.
are, but
He had 31
They were
in the
clearly
first half.
not as good as the Nuggets.
But
and if
he
they
was-
come
bro,
back
this-
and they're
But-
even
but the-
and they if they come back even better than they were this season, they're still not beating the Nuggets. That's just not.
I agree with his
It's just
statement.
still not going to
it
happen.
depends the moves they make.
So what do you like? What's the plan? Kick LeBron out the door? Tell him don't come back? Retire?
No, you're gonna. I mean, obviously, LeBron. I do think LeBron's going to come back.
Right.
Yes.
What I was saying was, if he was contemplating retiring, actually, I wouldn't be like, please come back. But for next season, you're going to run it back. You're going to try to get better. You're going to, make a playoff run. I just don't think with LeBron and AD, they're going to be able to win another championship. I just don't see it happening again.
I think they just need another guy who can be like a shot maker, like a go-to shot maker.
Again, you have him.
But if
You
you could,
do,
if you
but-
could go out and get a guy like Kyrie, I think it changes.
what I'm
things.
Y'all
saying.
need to,
Then-
bro.
then my
Austin
mind
Reeves is that
changes.
guy.
He is. He's been like that.
Not
Austin
Kyrie.
Reeves is
Yeah.
no.
He's
No,
not
he's
Kyrie.
not
He's
Kyrie,
been
but-
someone that they could use as a shot maker.
far less of a problem than Kyrie. Far less of a problem. Maybe we're gonna say, okay, if LeBron gets him back, he's not gonna be a problem anymore.
think
I'm
he
sorry,
will.
bro. I can't guarantee that.
Oh,
I just can't
okay.
guarantee that.
It's over.
I mean, I'm taking
can you
the talent
guarantee
of
that?
Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
You can't. Just as
Obviously,
much as I
no one
can't
can guarantee
that,
it.
you can't guarantee that. Exactly. That's my
Thank you.
point.
We're analyzing basketball. There's no guarantee.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
Kyrie's necessarily the answer.
I'm
just
I
saying,
think they
as a-
must-
I think he could be
top-
an answer.
I don't
top
think they
echelon
need-
guard.
I
that-
don't even think it's that. I don't think they need another all-star caliber player. I think they just need more guys. They pretty much had like a 6-man playable rotation. It was LeBron, AD, Reeves, Rui,
Lonnie at times.
Lonnie at times, and D.
Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder, and that was it.
Tristan Thompson.
Oh my.
I mean,
D'Lo was
he played good. He
unplayable.
played good.
Jared Vanderbilt was unplayable, and then there was no one else. You just need a few more guys, I think.
See, I think bringing back Jared Vanderbilt also entails that you need to get more shooting on this roster. I think Vanderbilt can absolutely fit on this team as potentially a backup small ball big, but you need more shooting on this roster. Like, that's just a fact.
You need more. Yeah, you need more shooting regardless. If you bring
yes.
Jared Vanderbilt
I
back
think it's
back or
especially
not.
important if you bring Vanderbilt
I think
back,
it's just as
so.
clear as day. Jared Vanderbilt, at his best, is just a utility guy.
Which
Which is
works.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. But that's just what he's
come
not.
playoff time, he can't play 30 minutes.
No,
he could with the right
no.
team around.
I think
like,
straight up, no, you can't have a guy that can't score the ball for 30 minutes on the floor.
In the NBA playoffs, you can't. You can't. He's a good utility guy. But that's it. That's what he is at his best.
He's a-
That's,
Great regular season player. I think in stretches in the playoffs, he can make a couple great plays for you and make impact plays. But I think for long periods of time in a playoff game where you need to win, you can't have a guy that's dead weight on offense. It's not going to work.
He's just got to practice shooting in the offseason. That's his number
He's got to
one
do
thing.
something. Have
Yeah.
some kind of knack on.
I mean, I'm
offense
sure
that he's good
all of
at.
these players practice.
yeah,
enough
there's
shooting
no
in the
doubt that they
No,
all
no.
practice this shit in the offseason for sure. But it's a confidence thing once you get to the regular season.
My point was, even if they do get that little bit better, like exactly what you're saying, I don't think that makes a 4-game difference against the Denver Nuggets or a team like them in the
See, but it
playoffs.
doesn't have to make a 4-game. If you have a 2-game difference out of these first 4, it's a 2-2 series. That takes 2 more playable role players. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think the Denver Nuggets, and look, the title of our fucking video is they're the next big dynasty, which I think honestly they are fully capable of being.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
But at the same time, I don't think the Lakers are far off from being a legitimate contender and beating this Denver Nuggets team. I think that's
I don't think you look at it from a standpoint of we just got swept by the Denver Nuggets. We're not going to beat them last year. I think the mindset has to be, hey, we were the 13th seed for 75% of the season.
Mhm.
We made a few moves and we made our way to the Western Conference Finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for the Lakers, it was a successful season. I think.
look.
maybe not
LeBron's
for
gonna
LeBron.
Look at it
No,
like
it's
that.
not
Yeah,
for
when you
LeBron, but
have
for the
LeBron-
Lakers, for what they had, what they started with,
Absolutely.
great season.
Absolutely.
You know,
It's great if you look at the second half, but if you look at the big picture, it's just another wasted year of LeBron. It's
Well,
really
yes,
what
when
it
you have
is.
LeBron and Anthony Davis, the ultimate goal is to win championships 100, and they failed at
Or
that
at least
100%.
make it there and have the opportunity to win one.
100%. But I just think with where this roster was, I mean, I mean, me in particular, I don't know how, I don't remember. I think you guys felt strongly about them, but like, I never saw it with the Lakers roster in the offseason. I had them missing the play-in entirely in our predictions. Like, I just thought the roster just flat out wasn't good.
Yeah.
If we, if the season was over right now and the teams were where they're standing, I would project them to be a top 4 seed going into next year. That's how drastically, like, they do deserve credit for that. And like you said, there's still moves to be made, but AD showed so many great things in this postseason. There's still some concerns with AD about his motor, but you got to remember, even when AD's not giving it to you on offense, he's the best defensive player in the game.
Yes, agreed. He's one of the best, honestly, ever. We look at him and he's one of the best ever, honestly.
Just still, I feel like you still, even throughout these playoffs, we watch AD and he still hasn't made that leap to being the guy that the Lakers need him to be.
There were a lot of points in the playoffs where he was,
but not consistently. And that's the problem.
It was half and half.
It really quite literally. Yeah,
you have to be consistent to be the guy. I'm sorry, like you can't be half the guy. That's not what we signed up for with AD. You need to be consistent every night.
Yeah,
you can give me good defense every night. That's great. But if you're gonna sit here and be the second best player next to LeBron James when he's not in his prime, he's 38 years old. He can't be driving to the basket every time. Anthony Davis, you need to put up points. You can't have 13 points going into the fourth quarter in an elimination game. It just can't happen.
I agree.
Yeah.
So himself, I feel like has a lot to do with why the Lakers were in the position they were in. Yes, he gave you really great games and he got you to where you were, but he didn't help you when you really needed him.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
I think the Lakers honestly could be a team that this is odd, but this is a player that we've mentioned in the past, Gary Trent Jr. I mean, Gary Trent Jr. would be a perfect fit here. He's not afraid to shoot the 3 ball, and he honestly isn't afraid of the moment. He's one of the most he's a very confident role player, to say the least. So I think he'd be a good fit here. I think, like I said, I think they're 2 playable wing, like 3-and-D wings away from being like serious again, like for real. Reeves and Rui coming back, especially, you're probably going to put more responsibility on their plate next season, in the regular season especially, and that's only going to help these 2 for the playoffs, who were very good in the playoffs this year. So I don't know. I think this Lakers team could be back.
Yeah, our boy DJ makes a good point in the chat. He says the funny thing about the AD defense thing is in this particular series, it didn't even matter.
No,
the Nuggets cooked them regardless when he was on the floor, which is a great point.
You can't defend Jokic. It's just the thing now. Like,
yeah, I mean, the Nuggets are an all-time great offense with Jokic, so you're never gonna beat them by quote stopping them, end quote. You're gonna have to outscore them. And that's where getting more shooting and such like stuff like that comes into play.
That Nuggets defense is no joke either. They play hard on the defensive side of the ball, and they have a bunch of defenders that are capable.
And they're younger than the Lakers too. Like clearly, it showed in the whole series. The Nuggets not only have 2-time MVP, they have young players who are still developing, guys that could shoot, and Michael Porter Jr. They have guys like Jamal Murray, who was basically an acquisition at this point this year after missing him for 2 years. Getting a guy like him added onto your roster, took him all year to kind of get back into form, but playoff time, he was fucking cooking, getting right back into that top 10 point guard conversation. So
you're your guy, bro.
No, I don't know.
He's amazing.
The Nuggets have been great.
No, I mean, there's no narratives to be had about the Nuggets anymore other than the fact that they're great. Like, everything's out the window right now.
I'm so happy that Jokic proved his point these playoffs already. Obviously, he has to finish the job here and win the title. But the whole thing of we needed to see Jokic put this together, and he has, like, he averaged a triple-double for the last 2 playoff series that he's played in. He broke Wilt's record of most triple-doubles in a single postseason run. Like, this is historic shit that we're watching. Like, actually a historic playoff run that we're watching. And I don't know. In my opinion, I really do think this whole best player in the world thing needs to be stamped. Like, I think it's just the fact.
It's pretty much stamped at this point.
That and like his play style is something we have just never seen before. He's really a pioneer in that kind of position.
Yeah.
Are you sick?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, sound mad congested.
Yeah. But yeah, that archetype, he created a new position on the basketball floor. He's
point center.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Like actually point center is a thing now.
And I think eventually there's going to be a wave of guys that do exactly
I
what
was
he
about
does.
to say that. I was about to say, like, once you see something working in the NBA, it's a copycat league.
Right.
So like more and more people are going to look for these 7-footers that can initiate offense and
Right.
actually be the point guard of their team. And I mean, we're going to find out it's not a thing that happens often.
No, I mean, as
He's
of
one of a
recently,
kind.
a guy like Steph Curry is someone that comes to mind, someone that changes the game.
Yes.
And guys try to emulate.
Yeah. No, I mean, the NBA is going back towards being a big man league. Honest to God.
I don't think that, but it's definitely still a guards league. But
I think it's
Jokic is just
more-
an anomaly. In
I
that,
think the bigger guys are they just have more talent than they did before. Big guys before
yeah.
were just
We're
big
about to see what's up
guys.
with Wemby. So we're about to see what's up with this
Yeah.
7'4" freak of nature in terms
Yeah.
of dribbling the ball and creating his own shot and stuff. So
Well, the thing is with the Nuggets, you could give so much credit to Jokic and Jamal Murray, which rightfully deserve. They deserve that. But like, without the 4 wings they have, Michael Porter Jr.,
my
Aaron
God.
Gordon, Bruce Brown, and Jeff Green, like none of it's possible.
and KCP,
And KCP, the 5 guys, none of it's possible. None of it's possible.
not at all. And you know what's amazing to me is obviously the role players don't always show up on the road. Nah, these guys showed up and then some on the road. Like we're talking about playoff tested guys like Bruce Brown, maybe not as much, but KCP won a title with the Lakers. Jeff Green's been around and he's played on
Played
a million
whatever.
teams and he's played in the playoffs on a lot of them. It's surprising that he's bounced around as much as he has because he's such a quality role player.
I tweeted it like 2 months ago. There's an alternate universe somewhere where Jeff Green's the GOAT.
I remember that.
Yeah, I mean exactly. Like Jeff Green is a very good role player in the NBA, and he's just bounced around. And
I
then
mean, you look at a guy like Michael Porter Jr., the #1 high school recruit. He was supposed to be the next superstar. Came in, NBA University just tweeted this out, so I'm kind of just like paraphrasing, but shout out to NBA University always. But guy came in, was top high school recruit, was looked at to be the next superstar. Fell in his draft due to draft concerns with his injuries. Had 3 back surgeries. 3 back surgeries since he got into the NBA. Back surgeries are no joke. Back injuries
didn't play in college.
Didn't play in college. 3 back surgeries since he got into the NBA and was able to buy into a role. He was still supposed to be that guy. And, you know, Michael Porter Jr. could still be that. Maybe not that guy, but he could still be an all-star caliber
I have
player.
my bold prediction that I made that I think he will be an all-star next year. But yeah, he's bought in.
I mean, he even had that game I think it was game 3. What did he finish with? 14 points, 6 rebounds,
like
and
8 rebounds and 6 assists or some shit like
career
that.
high in assists. Like he's
I think
Or
it
like
just shows a lot of honestly mental toughness, you know, to be engaged and want to get better still. That man he was one of the best high school player in his class. And he didn't play in college, didn't play a couple years in the NBA. Like this man sat out for so long rehabbing every fucking year. And he's coming back and he's flourishing into the better shooters and role players in the league.
You
kinda
could
what
argue
this-
he's the best catch and shoot player in the entire
That's kind of
NBA.
just what this Nuggets roster is. I mean, you want to talk about trusting the process. This is trusting the process.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
homegrown guys.
Mike Malone talks about it all the time. Like, you know, they had trades on the table for Jamal Murray, and he said, "Nah, like we don't want to rush this thing. Like we know what we have here." You even look at a guy like Jeff Green, who's there mentoring those guys. We all know what Jeff Green's been through in his career in terms of injuries. It's just staying the course. So
Bruce Brown too.
Bruce
He
Brown too,
completely,
yes.
completely revitalized his career.
Bruce Brown too. And I mean, look, he was dealing with an injury in college too. I mean, look, Bruce Brown is, like I said, there's whatever you ask of that man, he's capable of it on a basketball court.
Used to be like a small big man in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Just did like pick and rolls and that was it.
Literally. And
No,
he
no.
wasn't a good shooter.
No.
Like I said, I've said this in the past podcasts too. He was not a good shooter coming into the NBA. And he's turned into a good shooter, like a very good catch and shoot guy. And then it's scary because obviously in the future, you have Christian Brown. You have Peyton Watson, another one. Like these are 2 guys that could quite possibly be phenomenal role players when they get the opportunity to be. We've been clamoring the whole playoffs for Christian Brown to get more minutes already, but obviously Michael Malone knows better than us. Christian Brown has had his mental lapses at times too. He got like, I think it was 30 seconds in one of the games, and he made one mental error in those 30 seconds, and Michael Malone immediately yanking
Yeah, I
out
mean,
the
you
game.
got to be
As he
ready for the
should.
moment. Yeah.
I hate that shit.
I don't love that.
You never give a guy 30 seconds.
Not 30 seconds. Maybe
30
I'd
seconds is
give him,
nuts.
like,
I've been
4
there before.
minutes.
30
Like 4
seconds.
I know,
minutes.
is nuts.
but you're in the playoffs. The
Yeah, I
first thing
guess.
you do is fuck up. It's like, can't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Gotta give him
Michael
a few
Malone has been
minutes.
phenomenal in these playoffs too. He's proven to be
Mhm.
one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Yeah.
And
And it's just crazy because like a lot of people are like, you know, going at it's all basketball's so narrative based. It's so fucking stupid.
Yes.
But like, you know, the narrative of the Nuggets are underdogs. No one believed in them, and then people were trying to dismiss that narrative by saying, "Well, these guys were a bunch of 5-stars coming out of
Saw
high
that.
school."
I
all
saw
this shit."
that.
But that
Fucking high school, dog.
Right, but then-
Everybody was fucking
right,
in
and
high
also,
school.
your best player was on a fucking Taco Bell commercial.
Well,
You
right.
drifted on a Taco
but
Bell
then
commercial.
to the point that I was just making, you have all these 5-stars who were thinking when they, 5-6 years ago when they were coming into the league, I'm going into the league to be the guy. I just was a 5-star, number 1 recruit in my class, whatever it was. But now they're all bought into these roles. Like
Right.
it's a good story. They're young, like they have flexibility with the roster. That the title are the NBA's next great dynasty. Like they're not going away anytime
No.
soon.
Not at all.
Well, every one of these guys in their rotation there's been a journey. You know what I mean? Like Jamal's had his injuries.
Yep.
Aaron Gordon sat all those years in Orlando doing jack shit. Fucking Michael Porter with his injuries. Jokic. It took him a long time to become what he is today. He started from the ground up with the Nuggets, the second round pick. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
he was the backup to Yusuf Nurkic. There was a debate on who they should keep.
Taco Bell.
Like,
See that little boy?
Kill him.
just kill him.
Get rid of him, please.
That did not kill him.
He lived. My water.
But like that's the thing. I mean, as you said, yes, every one of these guys has had a journey. And I mean, KCP early in his career, another guy that was just inconsistency like his whole career. We were looking at him like, is he really gonna buy into a role? And now we'll get him again, another one of the better role players
I
in
never
the
gave.
entire NBA.
I have my doubts about the Nuggets, but I never gave up on KCP. I always thought the Lakers fucked up so
Yes,
bad.
they did.
getting rid of
Oh my
They
God.
did.
Kuzma
just-
and KCP. The
yeah,
both of them.
for Russ.
Was
I mean,
crazy. I wouldn't even do KCP for Russ straight up.
right now, no.
Well, not even.
No, I agree.
But,
No,
like,
right now,
And then they also
definitely
gave
not.
him Kyle.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Kuzma
KCP.
sent out a tweet like today. I think he was like, I've heard this before about the Lakers
Mhm.
talking about how they're gonna keep their young core together.
Yeah.
He's like, I've heard this one before. Kuzma's very active on Twitter.
Well,
he be
Kuzma
talking
on
some
Twitter.
shit. He be
Well,
talking some
more than
shit on
anyone,
Twitter.
really, honestly.
Yo, I saw a
NBA.
thing on NBA University too. Shout out NBA University that like Kyle Kuzma was in like the 1% tile of like shot openness, like in the NBA. And another thing was like he was in the 99th percentile for passing creation, like efficiency. So like Kuzma's about to get on a good team, I think, and show the fuck out. Like I think this is the Kyle Kuzma
Love
like
Kyle Kuzma.
real breakout season coming. So I don't know. I'd like him to be.
I mean, he
I'm just throwing that
Pretty much had a breakout season this
Yes,
past
he did.
year. It was just in Washington.
exactly. So it was
Who
so
the fuck
quiet.
cares about Washington?
No one cared. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I mean, Denver's just gonna be around for a very long time, and this I do believe this could quite possibly be the next great NBA dynasty.
It's just the word dynasty in the NBA is tough because, and I think there's a couple teams excluding from that, like the Warriors and Cavs and whatnot. The landscape of the NBA changes so quickly. In 2 years, you don't really know where the Nuggets are going to be at, and contracts are so hard and keeping
I don't
guys
know. I
together
think
and
they're.
player movement.
I think they're good.
You think they're locked in?
I think there's.
I mean, they have Jokic locked up for now.
Yep.
MPJ's locked up. Jamal Murray, I'm pretty sure, is locked up for now. Like as long as those 3 guys are locked up, like you could figure out the rest.
plus they're so good at drafting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like definitely, like the group you have now is like an amazing group, but like
sure.
guys are replaceable
Yeah.
aside from those 3 guys. So
I'd
you're
say
right.
Aaron Gordon is the 4th piece in that cog, but like at the same time, you could probably afford to lose an Aaron Gordon and pick up a guy in a similar mold. But obviously, he's a guy that you'd prefer to keep under any circumstances. But yeah, you have those 3, and you're going to be very good for a very long time. Michael Porter Jr. is only going to get better, I think, in my opinion, too.
I mean,
so.
yeah, that
I
was
agree.
my thing about the wing scoring. I don't know why the other day I was just thinking about the Atlanta Hawks and stuff, because the Hawks, you look at the Hawks, and their biggest need probably is wing scoring
Yes.
and wing play in general, consistency from the wings. And you throw MPJ and Aaron Gordon in the place of DeAndre Hunter and John Collins, the Atlanta Hawks look a lot better.
Yes.
They look a lot
do.
better. So, it's just like those guys are really, really damn good players. And like, obviously, Jokic deserves all the fucking credit for being the engine that gets everything going. But like, they just have a good Like, I was wrong about everything about the Nuggets, 100%.
Yeah, me too.
Wow,
100%.
man.
Me too.
I mean, you got to admit when you're
Wow.
wrong.
Yeah.
I think I picked the Lakers to win the series before on the podcast. So
Oh, I picked the Nuggets to beat the Lakers.
I think
Come on.
beginning of the season, I know I didn't pick them to make the finals, but I think I had them in the Western Conference Finals against the Clippers, who I had going to the finals.
I did have them as the 1 seed in the West.
Yeah, a lot
but
of us
didn't
did, yeah.
predict them to win the finals
No.
or anything like that. No.
I'm just very happy that I was bought in on Denver very early on. So Jokic is the man, bro. And this team, like you said, they will be around for a very long time.
See
So
if they can finish it though.
finish the job, guys. Yeah.
So
finish the
speaking
job.
of Jokic,
I hope they don't.
2-time MVP, 1-time Western Conference Finals MVP, on a 3-4-year run, like I don't know if we've ever seen before. So let's compare
all right.
this or that. Offensive peak edition.
Okay. Cool.
So whose offensive peak are you taking? Nikola Jokic or Chris Paul?
Nikola Jokic.
It's got to be Jokic.
I think it's pretty clear.
Jokic.
It was definitely Jokic. That was the easy one.
That was the easy one.
Nikola Jokic or Allen Iverson?
Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic. I also
Two guys,
Come on,
that changed the
man.
game, but I guess Jokic does technically do more on offense. So I guess Jokic.
That's the thing with Jokic. He has another dimension to his game that it very.
And
few
just
people
remember,
ever
it's not the
have.
peak. So we're not talking about those. Bro, this kid, the Shields is
What
answered,
the
I
fuck?
guess. I mean, we're in the middle of a TikTok, but
Maybe he's calling in. What's up?
What's up, bro?
What's up?
Yo, I
Yo.
see you guys on the show, bro.
You-
I wanted to call in real quick.
Oh my god.
All right.
Hello.
What's up?
What's your question, dog?
y'all wasn't reading my comments. OB wasn't reading my shit.
oh, I'm reading them. I'm here. I'm reading
we
everything.
were in
just-
conversation.
Yeah, we were flowing.
Yeah, I feel you though. But yeah, I was saying, I saw what you guys just said right now, and I'm like, I'm a little stunned, guys.
About what?
Picking the Allen Iverson picking Jokic.
Bro, stop it.
Allen Iverson.
Stop it.
Crazy guy.
Oh my fucking god, the Shields. Oh my god. There's no way he's serious.
You got to remember, we're just talking about the peak. So those Detroit and Memphis years. For Allen
No,
Iverson,
of
we're not
course,
talking
of course.
about
We're
that.
talking about like Philly title
Oh,
years.
01
Yes.
Sixers, yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that, but we're talking about a guy who not only can score 35, but can also. Well, honestly, this is not an argument. He's one of the 5 best passers to ever live.
I don't know
Period.
about that.
He's one of the 5
know
best
about that.
passers to ever play basketball.
I don't know about that.
Simply put.
We need
Simply
more
put.
longevity, I think, to put him there. But he's
Oh.
in like the top 10.
But we're talking peak right now.
Yeah.
We're talking peak right now. He's one
I
of the
mean,
5 best
Jokic has been
passers to
doing
ever
it
play
for-
basketball.
For some years now.
It's been more than 3 years, by the way. Like if
Yeah.
we're thinking of a 3-year peak, it's been more than 3 years
He's
now.
been
By
doing
the
it
way,
for like 5, 6.
I'm just talking about like the peak, the MVPs.
yeah, like I'm just saying, it's one of the 5 best passers we've ever seen. Like that's just a fact. I don't think there's much of a debate there, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I'm
Oh,
taking that
Sweezy says AI, and it's not close.
That's crazy. That's
I don't know,
crazy.
man.
All right, let's get into some heavy hitters now.
All right,
though.
let's do this. Goodbye,
Is
to
he-
Shields.
yeah,
See
hang
the
on,
Shields.
the Shields. Just listen on the pod. I'll read your comments. I'll read your comments.
He was mad giggly. He was so
He was.
he was so happy.
All right, now some heavy hitters. Dominique Wilkins,
Jokic.
Jokic,
Yeah.
Jerry West.
Hmm.
See, that's
Jokic.
just tough, but
I
I'm
don't know,
taking
man.
Jokic.
I never
man.
really watched Jerry West play on.
Fair enough.
It's the logo, though.
Here's the
Yo,
logo.
I said that shit yesterday, and you gave me shit for that in a
What?
casual conversation.
For what?
You said
I don't remember.
something to me, and I was like, "Bro, he's the fucking logo. Like, put some respect on Jerry West's name." And you were just like, "I think it was best shooting guards of all time," and I was like, "Jerry West."
I don't
Over
even
James Harden.
remember talking about Jerry West. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But yeah, regardless, anyways, continue.
Next up, Shaquille O'Neal.
Nah, Shaq.
Going Shaq.
You guys aren't ready. It's Jokic.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
I'm taking Jokic.
I wasn't ready.
Shaq's just pure dominance on offense, I think, outweighs.
As an individual, yes.
It's a top 5.
But Jokic's
He's
offense
a top
goes
5 peak of all time, I think.
Jokic's offense we're talking offensive peak alone, by the way. We're not talking defense because yes, obviously Shaq was the better defender. I'm not discounting that, but offensive peak, Jokic also made the guys around him far better. Shaq was an
Shaq could've-
individual dominant, yes,
Yeah.
force. Yes, I agree.
Okay.
But Jokic is averaging 30 plus while also giving out 10 to 15 assists per night. That matters to me.
I don't think the making your teammates better matters when you're winning games.
Agreed.
If what you're doing is leading to wins, then it doesn't matter who you make better, if you're doing it yourself or if you're making your teammates better.
I
Fair
completely
enough.
agree.
They're both
know.
breaking defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're
Like
there's
Shaq
no
was
answer for either
literally
of them. Yeah.
breaking people. Yeah.
All right.
So
Last one. Actually, 2 more. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem
Kareem.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
And last one, the heaviest of the heavy hitters.
God himself.
Yeah, I just heard the floor creaking.
Tap dancing upstairs.
The heaviest of the heavy hitters. Kobe Bean Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Come on.
Kobe Bryant.
I have to go with Kobe.
Yes, you have to.
Yes.
Mamba mentality late in the games.
Yeah,
you know
definitely have
he's
to.
gonna hit that shot.
But yeah, Kareem and Kobe are the two I'm taking over him. But all the other guys, I'm taking Jokic.
I think Shaq is a little bit crazy.
That it is crazy.
It's tough. That one was the first like one that I had to actually like legitimately think about. But like aside from that,
I think it's close. Don't get me wrong. Like it is close. What Jokic is doing right now is arguably a top 10 offensive peak. No,
Ever.
it is a
No,
top
it
10
is. It
offensive
is,
peak
yeah.
ever. Yeah. 100%. So
yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, okay. So here's a question that was posed to me today: is he a top 10 center of all time already?
yeah.
I would think so.
Agreed.
You have to
Okay.
see a list, but
If he wins a finals,
he's at the back end of it. Yeah.
If he wins a finals and a finals MVP,
Off the top of my head, yeah, he's a top 10 center. How many centers have won 2 MVPs already? How many centers?
that's the
Is
thing.
there
I mean,
10 centers that have won 2 MVPs?
No.
So yeah,
Shaq,
probably.
Hakeem, Kareem, Bill. That's 5.
that's 5. Yeah. After that, it goes
David
to
Robinson. I'm probably still.
Taking David Robinson
Apologies.
over Jokic?
David
think-
Robinson.
I think so.
What?
Let's put Moses Malone there.
Moses Malone.
I don't know if
Taking David
I don't know if I'm
Robinson
taking
over
David
Jokic?
Robinson over Jokic. I don't know.
I don't
know.
David Robinson was
I don't know.
so good defensively.
No, he was. I
You have to
agree.
take David Robinson.
It's-
I don't think you have to. I
You
think it's
don't
close.
have
No, you
to.
definitely don't have to. I personally would take
If
David
he
Robinson.
wins, okay, if he wins a finals and a finals MVP this year, you still take David Robinson.
Hmm.
No.
I don't know if that's what puts him ahead.
David
I don't know.
David Robinson's not impacting the Spurs in that era the way Jokic is carrying the
And
Nuggets right
he's
now.
100.
What do you mean?
No, he's right though.
That's not true.
my
because Tim
God.
Duncan was the
Don't-
best player on that team. Tim
Come on,
Duncan was the
Steve.
best
Come on,
player on
bro.
those teams that won
Come on, bro.
titles. It was Tim Duncan.
Jokic has had offense. He's dropping 15 fucking assists a game, dropping 30 points a game. David Robinson's not coming close to that. That's not.
I mean,
make
there's
it-
2 sides of the ball.
there is 100%.
And
But I
Jokic
think
is still
what-
a better defender
But
than
I
we
think
give him
what
credit
Jokic
for.
is doing is right. We talked about it earlier. We just now. You're not stopping the Nuggets on offense. You have to outscore them. And that's what makes them kind of great, honestly.
I agree. I mean, I definitely agree. And then it's not
And
only
they do
that.
stop people on defense.
First of all, as an individual one-on-one defender,
David Robinson averaged over 3 blocks for 7 straight seasons.
Yeah.
no, I definitely agree. But he never averaged the.
We know
assists.
Jokic
cares?
plays offense, so like
No, but
we're
that's my
talking about
point.
Jokic
But
and
that's
that-
my point.
and his offense is what makes him amazing. So yeah, we're gonna.
The
keep
fact that
bringing it
he's
up.
such an anomaly is what makes him as amazing as he is.
I
That's
don't
the
know, bro.
point. That's just
David
what we're
Robinson
saying.
was averaging 30 points while giving you 3.5 blocks per game.
I'm saying that if he wins a finals and a finals MVP, then I put him over David Robinson.
So like, I don't understand. Like
That- I'm
David
just saying.
Robinson, like I mean, Jokic is better than David Robinson.
Okay,
How?
I don't
How?
I don't know if it's
I just
that
don't know.
simple
Like,
player for player,
David
but
Robinson has a 7-year peak of averaging over 25 points per game and over 3
3
blocks
blocks per
for
game, yeah.
7 straight seasons.
Okay, you know how the offensive numbers are like a little inflated now, right? I think the block numbers from back then are slightly inflated as well because every shot was taken in the paint.
Show
Everything.
me another guy who averaged 3 blocks for 7 straight years.
Hakeem
Besides
Olajuwon.
Hakeem. besides Hakeem.
Besides
Because
Hakeem's
obviously
the greatest
Hakeem.
defender ever.
I mean, we have Mark Eaton. Well, maybe not 7 seasons, but like we have Mark Eaton. That's a fact. Like we're asking questions here. That's a fact.
My question was,
Boom,
show me
boom.
another player who averaged over 3 blocks for 7 straight seasons. Mark Eaton did it for 6.
Fuck.
But again, one of the greatest shot blockers of all time.
Blocks per game in 84.
That's
85.
crazy. That's what I mean, bro. Like 5.6 blocks per game is just stupid. Like that's just stupid. Like you can't average that today because guys aren't putting up enough shots in the
Yeah, I
fucking
do
paint.
think it's close between David Robinson and Jokic. I'm getting upset because you're like, David Robinson.
Yeah.
What are we
No, no, no,
doing?
no, no.
It's crazy.
'Cause
I
just-
agree.
I'm of the opinion that Jokic is a transcendent player, and I don't think
Like game
David
change. Yes,
Robinson
I
was a
get it.
game-changing, transcendent player, and I think that makes a huge difference in itself. Even if the counting stats and whatnot don't always translate, and he's still, David Robinson's dropping 25, but not the way that Jokic is doing it and breaking down defenses, both passing the ball and scoring the ball. I know David Robinson was a way better defender than Jokic, way better. I know Jokic
Yeah.
can play defense, but David Robinson was one of the best, averaging 3 blocks a game for 7 seasons. But Jokic is literally picking apart other franchises' fucking play. Like,
No.
he's dissecting.
We spoke about
defenses.
Anthony Davis being a generational defender,
dissecting
right?
teams.
He literally made AD his bitch.
He
Like,
he created a position.
yeah, he
Like,
did.
I'm taking that over 3 blocks for 3 blocks a game.
And it's
I
also
can live without 3 blocks a game, honestly.
I mean, it's not just 3 blocks a game. It's 3 blocks a game while also averaging 25
I understand
plus.
he
was
averages 25 plus. I
And
know
he
that.
was
all
a
the
generational
non-stat
center.
defense.
He
that
was a
he played.
generational center, but I think there's another level to it that Jokic is on that David Robinson wasn't.
the NBA is also an offense-driven league. I'll take a generational offensive player over a generational defensive player any day of the week.
But
Just saying.
I understand
Time
what
out.
Chris is saying because he was a generational
About-
defensive player
what about
while
James
also being
Harden?
an elite
Well,
offensive
timeout.
player. I get it. I know what you're saying. What?
About James
When
Harden.
it's like we're talking about David Robinson never reached these
Oh,
heights. Yes,
fair.
Jokic has 2 MVPs. David Robinson has an MVP.
No, he does.
He was, the Tim Duncan
Scoring
years,
titles.
it's arguable who was the best player on those teams. Tim Duncan in those playoff runs was absolutely amazing.
I don't
yes,
think Tim
but
Duncan
David,
should take away from David Robinson. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
the later
no, I
ones,
agree. I
the
agree.
03 one, sure, but
Like
the
the first
first
one.
one,
The first one, yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure. I mean, honestly, I'm curious though. I would like to look up the stats of those playoff runs and stuff between the two of them. Like who really was the best player in those playoff runs? Because I mean,
when did
look,
they win? 99, 2000 they
it
won?
should have the ring there if you're looking at the playoff stats.
99. Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't average that many points. I'm sure Tim Duncan averaged more. He probably was the better counting stat player, Tim Duncan, but
I mean, look, Timmy D was the best player on those teams. Like even from his
I
rookie
mean, but,
season,
like,
he was the
and,
best
like,
player on that
I
team.
also feel like
those like David Robinson was out of his prime by then too.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that
yeah.
point,
I
so.
will definitely give him that for sure. A lot of his prime came prior.
I feel like
prior to that.
defense also is more system based than a lot of offense.
I mean, we're seeing that with Jokic too.
defense is more team driven.
We're seeing that with Jokic.
I think offense could be a little bit more individual in terms of impact.
I agree. I do
right, but
agree
when
with
you
that.
have a generational defender like that is the David Robinson
the
was
system.
the system.
Would you guys consider Anthony Davis a generational defender?
Yes,
Look at what Jokic just did. That's all I'm
Jokic is a
saying.
generational offensive player.
But
we know.
that's exactly what
We're
I'm
not
saying.
disagreeing
That's
with
why
you,
I'm
though.
saying that. No. I know. I agree, and I'm not saying that it's not close because obviously it is close. And I'm picking David Robinson right now. If Jokic loses these finals, I'm picking David Robinson. But if Jokic wins the finals, overall legacy, I am
David
taking
Robinson is
Nikola Jokic.
a different type of defender than Anthony Davis. Like they're in different stratospheres.
Yeah.
David Robinson was getting back down by guys Jokic's size every single night while blocking 3.5 blocks per game. Anthony Davis in today's NBA being a generational player is being able to switch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not about being able, there's no fucking 300-pound fucking beast. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of them in the league.
In the
so.
league right now, yeah.
Anthony Davis, if you throw him in the 90s, as generational as I think he is, would get fucked up.
Probably.
Will get fucked up.
Probably.
The
I
same
mean-
way Jokic
I mean-
just
Yeah.
fucked him up, he would get
See,
fucked
but he
up.
wouldn't be playing the center. He would be playing
True.
power forward back then.
Yeah,
That's true.
right. But if he had to guard the centers back then, he'd get fucked up.
I don't agree with all of that because
David
there
Rob-
weren't as many as we're saying. Like that, there just weren't as many of those guys as we're
They're
saying.
also fucking ass.
There was
They
Shaquille
were just
O'Neal,
big.
and there
Shaq
was
would have murdered him.
also exactly true. I agree with that. Shaq and Hakeem Olajuwon, and then David Robinson, obviously,
And
the three
Patrick
guys.
Ewing.
Patrick Ewing.
Alonzo Mourning.
Yep.
Who else?
There's definitely more.
Definitely some more centers. Mark Eaton.
like those five, yes, sure. But I'm just
Sam
saying,
Bowie.
I personally think Anthony Davis can go toe to toe with Alonzo Mourning. I personally think that Anthony Davis can,
No.
bro.
I don't know. I mean, we would never know.
Yeah, we
but
never know.
Like,
I don't
if
know.
we're gonna consider the guy a generational defender, come on. Like Alonzo Mourning is not generational.
Karl Malone.
Carmelo.
That's okay. That's also one of the 15 greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
But again, like our point still stands. Whatever. David Robinson, Nikola Jokic is close, but I think if he wins the title, I think it is
But
Jokic.
yeah, he's right there. He's probably like that. He is the top 10 center of all time. He's not
Yes,
top 5 yet,
yes,
in my opinion.
Absolutely. I think he's probably 6. He's probably 6.
After the finals is all said and done, I think we'll have a lot more of an idea of where to put Jokic.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if he averages another triple double and wins finals MVP, like
Yeah, I think there's definitely more conversations to be said either way.
She was just getting pissed. He's talking about Artist Gilmore.
Oh,
Fucking
come
Christ, bro.
on.
All right, we're moving on from that. But yeah, anyways, obviously there is an Eastern Conference Finals going on as well, and tonight is Game 4. I'll start off with this. Do the Celtics take one?
They have to. They can't get swept, bro. They can't. I mean, looking at how they played last game, they gave up. I feel like they know that they gave up, and they're just gonna come out and hopefully win a
Jaylen
game.
Brown and Marcus Smart talked their shit today.
They did.
They said, "Don't
did.
let us win one."
They did. They're pissed.
I honestly have a feeling
They're
that
not
Jimmy
gonna let
Butler
him
is
win one.
pissed
He's pissed too.
reading that shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be like, "All right, you want to say some stupid shit? Watch."
I don't
this."
think tonight's gonna be like any of the other games. I don't think they're
I
gonna get
also don't
blown
think
out.
it's the greatest move talking shit down 3-0.
I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
Honestly, nah. You
What more do
still
you got to
gotta.
lose?
You still have to. You still
Yeah.
have to because you need to put yourself psychologically
bro.
in this. Like,
Yeah.
Give more fire to Jimmy.
no, but that's
they're
not
already up 3-0.
that you have to give yourself fire
Yeah.
somehow. Like if you win tonight after saying that, now you gotta have some confidence going into the next
I guess
game.
your coach ain't giving you
No.
much, so
No.
kind of
bro.
gotta generate it yourself.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not blaming it all on Joe Mazzulla, bro. I'm not.
Even he
like
did.
he is not a good head coach. No, but I'm not blaming it all on Joe Mazzulla because
But he definitely needs to get blamed.
yeah. As I just said, he definitely deserves
Even the
blame.
guy blamed himself. Like he said it was his
Yeah,
fault.
but also he's taking the bullet for it. Like
know.
let's not
No, I
act
know, I
like
know.
he's
Part
just
of his job.
Very
it
big.
is.
He's not gonna say like, "Oh,
Blame,
my
no.
players."
He's
play
not going to be like
ass.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were fucking horrible tonight because they were atrocious. They honestly might have had their worst game together in Game 3. Obviously, nobody else was hitting shots really. They played like ass. They played horrible. They came out uninspired, and in a series that you're down 2-0 after losing both of them at home, you're not going to come out pissed off in Miami because I think you definitely should have.
I think again the Celtics just expected to win. Again, they came in. They were like, "We're just a better team. We lost 2 games already. There's no way we lose a third game." And they sit back, and they're not aggressive, and they lose a third fucking game.
they're far and away more talented than the Heat.
Obviously, they're the
Obviously.
most talented team in the league.
There's
arguably.
something wrong mentally there with the team, whether it's chemistry, whether it's not getting along with the coach.
I don't know
whatever
if
it is.
Jason Tatum got that dog in him. I'm gonna be
There's
honest.
that.
I don't think
the
Tatum got
talent's
that
clearly
dog.
there.
Last
The
episode, we literally
roster's
just said
clearly
2 weeks
Wow.
ago, we watched him drop fucking 51 in a Game 7.
Hey man,
bro.
this
You're
is,
crazy.
this is
Stop
different, bro.
fucking talking, bro.
It's different,
Stop.
bro.
What?
Stop,
what is
bro.
different?
This is different,
Stop.
man.
Why?
I mean,
Stop.
with dudes with dog, go down 3-0 against the 8 seed.
Would any
Exactly.
dude who's not a dog drop 50 have the most points in a Game 7 in NBA history?
No, I think Jason Tatum's got that dog. in him.
Okay,
but
so it's not.
he ain't showing
He
it
could,
right now.
yeah, he could play better. We could say he could play better without saying he doesn't have dog in him. Please, bro, please.
He's not showing it right now.
No,
for sure.
no, there's been nothing there. I just need to see a Celtics team tonight that's pissed off. Like, if they show me something and they somehow beat the brakes off the Heat tonight, that is what. Like, I feel like A close game doesn't do it. I feel like a close game doesn't do it. I feel like the Celtics need to come out and win this game by 20 plus. Make a statement and tell the Heat, okay, look, 3-0 is going to be fucking difficult, but
It has to happen.
we're
eventually.
talented enough to do it.
It has to happen like eventually in history.
But I got to give the Heat all the credit in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Spoelstra, all the credit in the world. He's been phenomenal. Jimmy Butler, all the credit in the world because he's been perfect at taking over when he has to and taking a back seat when he has to. I feel like he, better than anyone else, has found the perfect balance of doing both. Like when he needs to be amazing, he will be. But when he sees that Gabe Vincent is going fucking nuts, he's going to take a back seat and let these guys go nuts. So I don't know, man.
Well, and then when you have a guy like Bam, who does, obviously Jokic, we just talked about how fucking generational he is. But when you have a guy like Bam who does similar things to Jokic, where when you put him in the dribble handoff with these shooters, it's almost impossible to guard. It just makes life easier for these shooters. So when you're running your offense through Bam, things just look great. I mean, that's really been the biggest thing for me. They kind of really have no answer for when things are getting run through Bam. They're getting killed. Dudes are getting beat off the dribble.
I don't know why they didn't go to that more throughout the entirety of the season, but maybe they were stashing it for the playoffs. Like maybe that's the whole point.
They've been spamming it in this series.
Exactly.
The Celtics have no answer for it.
Bam is an incredible playmaker, especially for a center. And that's been one of the talents that for years we were giving him credit for, but they weren't using it as much. Like his assist numbers, especially the last couple of years, haven't been impressive at all.
And let's just be real here for a second. Bam is the third best center in the NBA. He clears Sabonis.
Yes.
He clears him.
No,
Yeah.
I honestly,
It's not a
I do
With
agree.
his defense
Yeah.
involved as well.
Clears
Hell
him.
yeah.
An aggressive Bam is what you need to consistently see. And that's what we have now consistently seen. Because prior to all of this, like in the playoffs, we were never guaranteed to get an aggressive version of Bam on a night-to-night basis. I mean, look, even in the first round, it was kind of the same way. And then obviously you have this. So now Bam is going for 20 every single night. And that matters. And then he's putting up what, 20, 12, and like 6 on a nightly basis now. And I mean, if you get that version of Bam, yes, absolutely, he's the third best center in the league because
The shield Bam does everything Sabonis does offensively and is just so miles ahead defensively.
Agreed.
He clears him.
Agreed.
He absolutely clears Sabonis. Sabonis is great, but Bam clears him.
Would you take Jaren or Bam as
Bam.
a defender?
At Bam.
Bam.
Okay. I was just
The fuck?
asking.
Yeah.
It was the defensive player of the year. I was just
Yeah, I
asking a
mean,
question.
This regular season, Jaren played
Jaren's
better.
putting up the stats, I think, more. Like there's more counting stats there, but I feel like Bam's showing
We
it
also
right now.
we also were paying more attention to Memphis than Miami a lot of the season.
In the regular season, especially. Yeah.
No one really gave a fuck about Bam.
You know, it needs to be mentioned too. The Miami role players have been amazing. Max Strus,
Mhm.
Duncan Robinson wasn't even a member of their playoff rotation last year.
Chris tweeted a couple days ago about staying ready and Duncan Robinson and everything, and that's exactly what it was. Man didn't play for like 20 straight games at one point, and he comes into this playoffs on fire, hitting shots. That's what he does. That's his job, to hit 3-point shots, and he came in ready to do just that.
Tyler
Yeah,
Hero got cleared for practice today. So
that's gonna be big for them.
mhm.
But I also
At the same time, it's tough. Like,
I
how do
was
you put him
about to
in?
say that.
Because like this is working now.
I was about
You
to
have
say
to,
that.
though.
There's got to be a way he fits into
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
rotation.
You have to put him in the rotation. But
I just look.
it's
I
tough.
think I said it in the group
Chris
chat.
is rolling his eyes.
I think I
Say
said it in the group
Say
chat.
it, bro. Say it.
There's not many guys you could target on this Heat team right now on defense. You put Tyler Hero in. We're not guaranteed that he's going to give you all that offensively, especially coming back from an injury.
But he's not going to come in
And then
playing
he
30 minutes
never
a game.
once,
That's not the point. He's-
never. But that's not the
But
point.
his role, if he were to come back and play, his role would be 15 minutes of spark plug offense and get him out.
Yes, his role if he comes back is let's see if we get some offense from him. If we don't, get your
Take
ass
him out.
back on the bench.
Right.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
it. He's not
That's
going to
it.
hurt
he
them.
doesn't have to play.
I-
They will give him a chance.
think
They
at
have to
this-
give
at
him a
this
chance.
point, they can know
agree.
they can
But-
run
Who is
without him.
only the one
Yeah.
guy they could target on defense?
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson.
That's it.
I mean, maybe Kevin Love, but Kevin Love's done a phenomenal
That's
job
it?
throughout these playoffs. Yes.
Gabe Vincent's
Vincent,
a fucking
yeah.
cone.
He is not a
As
cone. He's
Suzy
played
said, Gabe
phenomenal.
Vincent is a cone.
That's just cap
He
because if
is,
you
though.
watch the game, he's done a very good job defensively in these playoffs. He has. And then obviously Max Strus. People are gonna if you think Max Strus is a bad defender, you're
No, Max Strus
casual.
is a good defender.
Exactly, you're a casual
Gabe
NBA
Vincent's a
fan.
cone.
But he's not. Gabe Vincent is not a cone either. He's done a very good job on defense throughout these playoffs. And then obviously, yes, you could say Duncan Robinson and Kevin Love, but they've proven to be very good team defenders, especially in this sense,
Oh,
or they hide them well.
Oh, Sleazy, you're saying all these dudes in the Heat are cones? They're fucking up your team right now, homie.
You're calling them cones. You can't score. You can't score.
Y'all ain't won a game. Y'all ain't even won a
Y'all
game.
ain't even won a
though.
game,
just about the
though.
Celtics being ass. So like the Heat definitely deserve credit for how they're playing, but
I don't know.
I don't think those guys are really good.
Obviously, I think Tyler Hero can only help, yes, because Eric Spoelstra will be very quick to pull him. But this is working, and that would be messing with the rhythm.
Like
of
the
everything.
Shields just said in the chat. Look what Brunson did to fucking Gabe Vincent last
Bro,
series.
Jalen Brunson's been doing that to everyone, though.
I don't think that's as much on Gabe Vincent. I think you give your credit to Jalen Brunson.
He was fucking up Caleb Martin too. Like, let's not act like he was just messing with Gabe Vincent.
No,
he was doing this to everybody.
I know, but he cooked Gabe Vincent. He made him
Bro,
look
but how many
foolish.
guys can really guard? We're starting to see how many guys are really able to guard
No,
Jalen
not
Brunson.
many guys could guard Jalen Brunson. I understand that, but he made Gabe Vincent look silly.
You can't put a small. You can't put
He
a
was
guy.
he was quite literally a traffic cone in that series. Like he actually, you might as well have painted him orange. He wasn't getting any stops, not a single one.
I don't know, bro. Jalen Brunson. You can't put a smaller. You can't put a guy that's like 6'3", 6'4" on Jalen Brunson. You realizing that you need to put bigger wings if you even want to bother him a little bit. It's just that simple. But yeah, Jalen Brunson's also him. So like he's second best player on a championship team. He's capable of being that, in my opinion. So I don't know. Anyways, yes, Caleb Martin's been phenomenal. Gabe Vincent's been phenomenal. Duncan Robinson's been great. Max Strus has been great. Kevin Love's given them solid minutes when he's played. Like their role players have been amazing. And honestly, it was not expected at all. It was not expected at all. One of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league in the regular season. Now they're the best 3-point shooting team in the league in the playoffs. So all credit to the
Yeah,
Miami
they definitely
Heat, man.
deserve so much credit, but the Celtics fucking
collapsed. They collapsed. They've collapsed.
They fucking suck.
So
Sleazy, fuck your stupid ass team, bro.
so I ask this: Jaylen Brown, do you trade him?
He's
You have
out
to.
this bitch.
You
If they
have
don't- If they
to.
get bounced, I mean, they're gonna get bounced this series. It's just there's no. I'm sorry, no way they come back at all. Jaylen Brown is gone. Jason Tatum, obviously not the guy you get rid of. Jaylen Brown, out this bitch.
I think you
I
only
agree.
trade Jaylen Brown if you really if he really wants out, which I think he does.
I think he
really
does.
want out,
I think he
yes.
does.
I think at this point, you have seen this is the best, one of the best rosters the Celtics are going to be able to put together. This is it. And Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum being your top two players, unfortunately, I don't think is gonna work. It doesn't
Oh,
work.
Sleazy, please bookmark that shit. I'd love to see you guys fucking come back from down 0-3. Please.
No, I mean I want to witness
I
history.
fucking
Bro, we'll
have so much money invested
Yeah,
into you guys. So
yeah.
please.
But I will say one thing. Jimmy Butler, I'm not too sure he's gonna let that shit happen.
No.
So
Probably not. But again, it has to happen eventually.
I agree.
It has to.
I really don't think it ever
But
has
this
to
is
happen.
like
It
the
does.
mentally
At least
strongest
once.
team in the NBA right now.
I know.
I'm not so sure it's gonna happen. But yes, the Celtics have the talent to be capable of doing some shit like this. They're the more talented team. We know that, but 0-3 is crazy. 4 games in a row in the playoffs against Eric
I mean,
Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler.
Bro, the Heat are 11-3 in this playoffs.
No,
11
the
and 3.
Shields.
So
No.
Impressive shit right there.
exactly, it's rough.
And
And
no,
the- and the Knicks
Sleazy,
won 2
he's
of those.
Sleazy says we're acting like Jalen
Yeah.
isn't a reason they're down 0-3. No, Sleazy, he fucking sucks. He's fucking been god awful.
Who?
Jaylen Brown. He
Yeah.
fucking
Brown's been
stinks.
horrible.
He stinks. No, we know he stinks.
He's still gonna be a Knick.
I hope so.
And
He's
no,
been
no,
horrible.
the Shields. I'm not flipping Jaylen Brown to bring Kyrie back to Boston.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Absolutely. That's actually the last thing the Boston Celtics would do in their lives.
Yeah. No.
Oh
No.
my God. Anyways, yeah, Caleb Martin especially averaging 20 in this series
Speaking
right
of
now.
Caleb Martin, he went to Nevada. Oh, Sleazy, how was Las Vegas?
Yo, my God, wow,
Nevada.
what a
Shit.
transition.
Oh, Sleazy, I applaud you for not giving up on your guys, but they're done. It's clipped.
You're done. You're done. But yeah, how was Las Vegas? Because I was thinking about going sometime I honestly want to go to the Giants versus the Raiders in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I'm thinking of doing that.
Let's do it.
So let us know how that was because I'm curious.
Couldn't enjoy it. Oh, because of
if
your
it's worth it.
Celtics. Sorry, bro.
Couldn't enjoy it. All right. So obviously, yes, Jimmy Butler and Bam have been phenomenal, averaging right around 20 points per game. But as I said before, the Heat have another 20-point scorer in this series, and his name is Caleb Martin.
He's gonna get paid.
He is definitely going to get paid. Because not only is he capable of scoring the ball? Like, is this an anomaly? Maybe slightly. He's not going to average 20.
Oh, probably not.
But he's also a very good defender, like a very good defender. And he's another one of these guys. You look at him, 3-and-D potentially, and you add another guy like that who is capable of attacking a closeout and actually putting the ball on the floor. These are very valuable guys. So with that, would you rather Caleb Martin edition?
This is crazy. So crazy.
So crazy.
Caleb Martin or Josh Hart?
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart.
Wait. Caleb Martin or Josh Hart? Yeah.
Caleb Martin or Rui Hachimura?
Ooh.
Give me Caleb Martin.
Two
Yeah.
playoff performers.
Yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
taking Rui.
Think I'm gonna take Rui. It's close though.
Caleb Martin or Alex Caruso?
Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso. He's one of the better
Okay.
Better, yeah.
role players.
Caleb Martin or Dorian Finney-Smith?
Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin.
I'm a rival, my guy, Dorian Finney-Smith.
Okay.
Dorian Finley.
Caleb Martin or Keegan Murray?
Keegan Murray.
Caleb Martin.
Keegan Murray.
Caleb Martin or Larry Nance Jr.?
Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin.
Fuck, Larry Nance Jr. was really good this
He
year,
was
bro.
phenomenal.
That was
That's
the
why I
closest one
put him
so
here.
far. Yeah.
I come up with the guys that are like,
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
a good one.
I'm gonna take Larry Nance ever so slightly.
That's fair.
Caleb Martin or DeAndre Hunter? Your stomach's speaking for you, Dean.
Yeah. I'm a little hungry.
Who do you pick?
what were the choices?
Oh my God.
He's thinking
Caleb
about
Martin or
food.
DeAndre Hunter?
Fuck. I was gonna see what y'all said first.
Well, now
That's
you're up.
cheating. Now you have to
you're
go first.
pressured.
All right. I'm taking Caleb Martin.
I'm gonna go DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go DeAndre Hunter too. The Shields, you're talking about flipping Jaylen Brown for Tyrese Halliburton would never happen. The Pacers
my
aren't trading
God.
Tyrese Halliburton. I agree with you, yo, that the Celtics need a fucking playmaker, but they don't need Tyrese Halliburton right now.
They need Damian Lillard.
All right. I got one final one. Caleb Martin or Denny Avdia?
Avdia.
It's whatever.
I think he was saying his answer.
What?
Were you correcting him or saying your answer?
Correcting him.
okay.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'm gonna take Denny.
It's also my answer. Yeah, I'm taking Denny.
Denny.
There you go. And that's Caleb Martin. Would you rather?
Shout out that guy in the
Caleb
TikTok
Martin.
comments.
Would you rather edition?
Shout out that guy on the TikTok comments. Yeah, bro, he got his guy Dorian Finney-Smith in there too. So
Yeah.
you got your two guys there. But yeah, that's all I have with that. So
No. All right. Anyone have anything else, or we'll go into this other thing?
We could do that.
All right. We have a NBA logic puzzle.
what were you about to say, Dean?
What?
No, nothing.
No, say it. Come on.
Say it.
now you have to
Spit
say
it out. Say it with your
Well,
chest.
I just thought it was interesting, the conversation of what is the return for a guy like Jaylen Brown, just since we were talking about
All right.
what that would be.
Okay. So what do
I
you
was-
think
no, I
the
was-
return of
I was
Jaylen
asking-
Brown
I
is?
don't know. I'm
I was
asking you.
I was asking you guys, yeah.
So the Shield said in the chat about Atlanta, and he was like, "Well, you don't
That's the team.
trade him to Atlanta because the spacing with DeJounte Murray." I think DeJounte Murray is a part of the trade to Atlanta, to Boston.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Jalen with those two,
I think DeJounte could go if you're getting Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
but DeJounte in Boston fits perfectly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
'Cause
think
I don't know if Boston does a trade if it doesn't include DeJounte.
And I think it makes too much sense to put Jalen Brown
Like-
next to Trey Young.
Because they could
Hawks
they could
do-
do another trade.
Yeah,
That-
the Hawks do
you know.
have some young pieces that may entice the Celtics, but the Celtics are still trying to win. You still have
Yeah.
Jason Tatum about to enter his prime, so you're
Well,
still looking for win
right.
now pieces.
I think Jalen Brown's the perfect guy next to Trey Young. Like perfect guy next to Trey
But I
Young.
think I think the fit has to work more in the Celtics' favor than the other way around.
But
I think adding a
does.
Murray there, it would be Murray and something else.
But does
Yeah.
Murray doesn't fix your problem? So what's the other
Do
thing?
you
Murray
think
helps your
it's-
problems.
I'm just throwing it out.
Murray
there.
helps
You
your
think if you
playmaking.
swap
No,
Murray
no, no,
for
no, no,
Jaylen
no,
Brown
no,
one
no,
for
no,
one, they're
no. You
better.
need another
Do
rotational player.
think
You need like
John
a
Collins.
John Collins could help.
I definitely think
DeAndre Hunter in that.
I was
trade could
thinking the
help.
same
Probably
thing,
yep.
DeAndre Hunter.
they need a
for-
big that's athletic.
I'm
I
just
think.
saying, if the Celtics somehow could pull off Jaylen Brown for DeJounte and John Collins,
They're in business.
massive W.
Yeah,
for the
something like
Bulls.
that. I think
Massive
Atlanta's the
W.
only real spot.
You think
though, I could
Atlanta's ready
think
to
of.
move on from DeJounte after 1 year?
Yes.
If Jaylen Brown's on the
If
table? Yeah.
Jaylen Brown is on the table, absolutely.
I really thought that experiment was going to work.
I thought it wasn't bad. I mean,
Them
they
two
pushed the
played
Celtics to
phenomenally.
6.
When the coaching change was made, they definitely played a lot better.
They lack wings. You're never gonna win nothing if you have
Yep.
inconsistent wing scoring.
Right.
So
I agree. I just think if you trade DeAndre Hunter, what do you really have on the wings now next to Jaylen Brown?
but you have
that's fine.
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen
No,
Brown
I agree, I agree.
is the ultimate wing.
But you need two wings.
Not the ultimate wing,
Like
I
you
mean,
pretty
You
much
have
need two
Sadiq
wings.
Bey. You have
Yo, I forgot about
what's his name?
yes, I
the kid
forgot
from
about Sadiq.
so, you have Bogey Sill. You have the kid from Duke. What's the fuck's his name? Johnson. Both the kids from Duke.
Well-
you have AJ Griffin, and then what the fuck is
AJ
it?
Griffin, yes.
What is the Johnson?
Jalen
Johnson.
Jalen
He was
Johnson
great
gave
this year.
very
Yeah,
good
that's what I'm
playoff
saying.
minutes too.
I think the Knicks makes sense. I just don't know what the Celtics are really looking for in return from the Knicks. I think getting back maybe like Mitchell Robinson is something that's possible. RJ Barrett.
Yeah, the Hawks have an abundance of wings that are mid. They need the guy wing. So if you get Jaylen Brown, that's the guy. You
Perfect,
can
yeah.
move on from some of the other guys.
If the Trailblazers have some decisions to make, if they decide to move on from Dame,
It's definitely-
Jalen
that
makes a
good.
lot of sense.
yeah,
I mean, they look.
you have the third pick, right?
But-
And
If I'm being honest, I think the best course of action for the Portland Trailblazers is just trading Damian Lillard. now.
yeah,
Like, look at what you're about to start your rebuild with. I'm just saying, Anthony Simons, Shadon Sharp, and potentially Brandon Miller or Scoot Henderson.
mhm.
That's
add Jaylen Brown for
already
that.
The Shield said no.
Oh,
The
okay.
Blazers isn't it.
Okay.
That's already 3 phenomenal young pieces. Like you take, I'm not obviously if you're trading Jaylen Brown for Jaylen Brown, you're getting rid of all that. Like that's gone.
What?
You said trading for Jaylen Brown. Like if you're trading for Jaylen Brown, you're getting rid of almost all of that.
Why?
He thinks you're
What?
trading Dame for
Dame.
Jaylen Brown. You're not trading Dame for
no,
Jaylen
no,
Brown.
no. If
Why?
you're trading for Jaylen Brown, you're trading to pair him with Dame.
Not
You're not
necessarily.
trading.
I
You're
don't
not
think.
trading.
That's
the fuck
also
do you mean?
absolutely not the answer for Portland.
You're not trading Dame.
I agree, but
for
still.
a guy who you're about to have to pay another supermax.
Yeah.
to.
Well, why would you do
But
that?
I think they could do. They could
They
take that
could, but you're
because
just not. You're
just because
I
of the contracts to
understand what
everyone
you're-
else. I think they
yeah,
could take
but
that
no,
risk.
you're not.
I don't know.
I don't think you are. I don't think that's the move.
I don't
think they're looking at it like that. Like, hey, we just paid Dame all this money for all these years to not win. Let's go trade for another guy who we're immediately gonna have to give $300 million.
Yeah.
I just think it's different now because they have more pieces, more young pieces, and obviously Jaylen Brown fits the timeline more than Dame does.
no, but
Yeah, but fuck the timeline. The
you're not-
timeline's already done when you are paying. You have to pay him $300 million.
right. Especially when you're building a team, it's real tough to
Yeah.
start with 300.
the whole point is to pair him with Dame and
Yeah.
I mean like they said, if you're getting this guy, you now have to pay him just as much as Dame is making.
Yeah,
I
you're-
don't think paying him
and-
is the problem.
and
though.
pairing him,
It
I don't
is,
think.
though.
but
You're
it
not
is.
trading for him to not compete. You don't trade for a guy who you have to pay that type of money for if your goal isn't to compete right away. You trade for him if you are keeping Dame. You trade for him to pair with Dame. You don't trade Dame for him to start your. You don't start.
I feel like most situations that's the case, and I agree with that. It's just that now they have, like, depending on who they take with the third overall pick,
Yo,
they
you're
have a
miss-
different.
I know, but you're missing the. You don't
No, I
start
get it, I
your
know.
rebuild. You want to start your rebuild with clean books.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, so when you rebuild as an NBA team in general, obviously your whole point is you want to get as many young players as possible on very cheap deals so that you can then go sign or trade for that one piece that'll put you over the top. You're not trading for Jaylen Brown, paying him $50 million a season now.
You're in
right?
a worse spot than you were before.
You have a worse player.
And the same
Who's
problem.
younger.
And the same problem.
But
the
you
same
also
problems.
have young players developing. You have the 3rd overall pick, and Jaylen Brown maybe
So-
But
developing
now you
more
can't
too.
add
But-
another piece.
But then
You can't-
keep Dame
then
and
you're
let Dame
capped.
develop with those young
But
pieces.
Dame's older though.
but
but it doesn't
potentially by the
matter.
end of his back end of him playing like this, you now have a Shadon Sharp who's become a star.
Jaylen Brown will never reach what Damian Lillard's going to be for the next
Agreed.
2 to 3 years.
That's true.
Agreed.
Right.
I definitely
Portland's
agree
problem
with
is
that.
they're capped because Damian Lillard makes so much fucking money they can't do anything, and nobody wants to go to Portland. Also,
Right.
Yeah, I
If
agree.
you trade for Jaylen Brown, it's just a worse situation. Trading for Jaylen Brown to pair with Dame sounds awesome, though.
but
I
does it
think
does
that's-
it really sound awesome?
Sounds
Yes,
better
but they're
than
not
what they're-
going to be a title contender.
Sounds better than where they have been. Because if you trade for Jaylen Brown, you're not giving up everything. They have a good amount of assets now, more assets than they've had in
Agreed.
the past fucking 5 years. So if you trade for Jaylen Brown,
Simons.
there's still another move to be made. There's still a third guy that you could go get.
They have all their picks.
Right. There's still a third guy that you could go get. So
So here's
I don't
my
think
thing.
that's the answer. I think the answer is to reset, but I don't think trading for Jaylen Brown to,
Yeah.
it seems like Dame wants it. Like we've said a million times, it seems like Dame wants to be there and wants to retire there. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna
I just
go all out for Dame one more, I agree with you.
Jaylen Brown
Just-
Portland just doesn't make sense to me.
If you do trade Jaylen Brown to Portland, I'll ask this: does Anthony Simons in the 3rd overall pick get it done?
It depends on what the price is
I mean-
for the Celtics. If the Celtics have better offers, they'll take a better offer, but that's not a bad offer.
I mean, if the Celtics can go ahead and take a guy like Brandon Miller,
Yeah, if you're getting Brandon Miller and
Well,
Anthony
I'm thinking
Simons-
you're rerouting the 3rd pick, most likely.
I think the Celtics could rock with taking. I think their roster is good enough to take Brandon Miller and develop him and also win games.
if Brandon
I think
Miller
ideally
but
you get
that's-
Scoot.
But that's also tough because we've seen what the Warriors have done with taking
Yes,
top picks and not being
exactly.
able to develop their guys because they
But
can't
if
play.
Brandon Miller develops into what he's supposed to be next to Tatum, and you have Anthony Simons, like
But how much room do you really have to give the young player to develop? It's really not.
That is true, and you have
It's tough.
Anthony
well, if you're
Simons. now.
but if you're trading Jaylen Brown, there's shots to be taken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's interesting.
it is definitely an interesting scenario. Jaylen Brown will have suitors.
Oh, the
for
Shields is
sure.
just flaming us, telling us we're wrong. I don't know what he's hell no.
So we're
That's
wrong.
us. That sets them back, guys.
What?
I don't know. I'm waiting for him
Well,
to.
I mean,
make
we
his
just
point.
argued
It's
with
just
McCallie about the.
hypotheticals. We're not saying that
Trailblazers
they're
thing.
getting Simons in the 3rd pick.
I see
actually.
what you're
He
getting
says,
at.
let's
but
not
it
act
does
that on
put you in
paper the
same
Celtics
position,
aren't the
just with
best
younger
team in the
players.
East. They are. No one. We all know this. The Shields. We know that
I'm just saying it just like resets the timeline a little. I don't know.
it doesn't reset the timeline.
You
though.
think it buys them 5
No,
years?
it does. I get what
but
you're
5
saying,
years of mediocrity, I feel like it would be.
but your
They're
whole po-
adding more to it. Like they're adding the 3rd overall
but
pick.
my
They
thing
could
is,
be adding
why
like
would you
Scoot
do that?
Henderson.
Why would you do that, right? Why would you go get Jaylen Brown when instead you could trade Damian Lillard for 2 young players who are still on rookie deals,
No, you could
and
do
then
that.
probably 4 or 5 legitimate unprotected picks?
The
Like
Shields, I don't know if
it's just
the
an option,
Celtics
I
are
don't
getting
know.
much better than Simons and it wouldn't be Simons in the 3rd overall pick. It would probably be Simons the 3rd overall pick and then another pick
yeah,
on
no,
top
and a
of that.
future
The problem
like
with Jaylen
maybe
Brown
even
is
2
you then
more
have to
picks.
pay him $50 million a
yeah,
year.
that's what we're saying.
So that's why they're not getting back as much as you would think Jaylen Brown's value would be.
Yeah, but the Shields like that's
Bro.
the offer for Jaylen Brown. It's a young player and 2 to 3 picks.
Yes.
Like that's the
But,
package.
but my thing is like Anthony Simons in the number 3 pick, especially in a draft that we're talking about 3 legitimate like prospects that can become superstars. That's a lot to pay for Jaylen Brown. Like a lot to pay
For a guy that
Jaylen
can't
Brown.
put the ball on the floor.
Like that's a lot, bro. Like we're talking about Brandon Miller, who's probably going to be the 3rd overall pick, or Scoot Henderson.
Do we think Jaylen Brown should get $50 million a year? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
I would not pay Jaylen Brown 50
He's gonna
million
get
if
it,
he's in,
though.
but he's going to
Yeah,
get
I think once you qualify for the Supermax,
you're getting
kind
it.
of have to
Yeah,
get it,
you're getting it because then the teams just can't play around with that at that point because then they're like, then he's like, oh, you don't
Shields, we're
value
not
me as that player.
overrating Simons. We're if anything, we're overrating the 3rd overall pick.
Yes,
It's
I
not
agree.
about Simons. It's about the draft capital they're getting.
But Anthony
Like we
Simons
said,
is a
it
very
would be
good
an
player.
additional pick too. It would be Simons the 3rd pick and possibly 2 more picks.
I just don't know if I would do
I don't
all
know if
that.
it'd be more than 2 picks, maybe 1.
Maybe 1. Maybe
Yeah, 1 to 2. It would be 3
Uh,
total picks and a young player at max. That's the max offer
Yeah, I
you're
agree.
getting.
No, I agree. And a good young player. Yeah, I know. I definitely agree.
The trade market's all kinds of fucked up still, so I don't know
So
what.
here's
what
my
exactly-
question: does Miami work?
No, Miami doesn't need to trade for Jaylen Brown. Why would they do that?
I don't
Uh,
see
They
why
just
not.
beat
I
the
don't know.
brakes off of him.
They did. But
I
it would
agree.
make them. It'd probably make them better in
Tyler
theory.
Hero
But
for
yeah,
Jaylen Brown. Well, Tyler Hero
That's what
and
I'm-
stuff for Jalen, but
I
100%.
think
I'm doing
yeah.
that in a heartbeat.
I don't see why not.
if you're the Heat, I would. do
Depends
that.
what else they would have to
Boston
give up.
don't
but-
want no Tyler
I was gonna
Hero,
say
they
that
don't.
doesn't help Boston.
Yeah, I
anyway.
mean,
no.
depending on what other assets you're getting with.
he don't have that many
So, I
assets.
agree. That's the issue. That
Yeah.
becomes the issue.
I know.
But yeah, that Jalen Brown is going to be an
that's enough
interesting
for the
case
Jalen
study.
Brown
Yeah, it
talk.
is.
It's going to be a
Enough of it.
very interesting case study this offseason, honestly, to see what happens with that. So
All right,
a lot of stars going to get moved.
now we have a puzzle.
All right, I got to pull this up on my phone, so I have it here.
Yeah, you guys got to do it along with me on the phone, so you guys could.
Gotcha.
Okay, hold up.
So you can put it on the stream.
Yeah, it should be on the stream now. Let's see. Do you guys see that? I don't even have the chat
Oh,
up.
that's fire. That's sick.
What?
Look.
Oh, damn.
Oh damn!
Oh man, oh man.
All right, play quiz.
Remember we used to do this stuff on the TV at Reflex?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's
Shout
get
out
started.
Reflex,
So we-
man.
wait, we
That's where we
could've-
started.
We could have done this at Reflex the whole time.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shout out Reflex, man.
All
That's
right,
where we started.
play quiz.
Magic.
All of Shaq's teams are in this column. My in-state rival is also in a corner.
Miami is
State
F1.
rival, yeah.
You have to highlight the square
Yep.
first, right? Nice.
Wait. Yeah.
All right. F1 square says Heat, 2 other East NBA champions from 2010s are touching me.
So I'm thinking
Two other
that
East-
E1 is the Cavs.
E1 has to be the Cavs because it's a Shaq team.
It's not the Cavs.
Yeah, this isn't really loading.
Oh,
Never mind. You just
it
have
is
to
the
you have to spell out Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have to slow down because I'm not.
Oh, that's
It's
okay. We
not
might have to
loading
like
on
take
the-
it off.
Yeah,
We might have to and just read it all to them.
F1 is the Heat.
Yes.
hmm
Yeah, no, this ain't happening. Fuck this. Fuck
Yeah, we're
all
gonna
the
have to take
puzzle.
this off. Sorry, guys. We'll just read it out.
That was a good idea.
No, it's stupid to read it out.
Yeah.
They have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
True.
That's tough.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Well,
what else we
Jinx.
got?
damn, that was weird.
Yeah, we can't do all that.
Do we have any
My computer can't handle
any
it.
final segments?
I was thinking, do you want to do like a draft?
Okay.
So I was thinking, what?
You guys want to do like a
Want
draft?
to do like a draft?
Why'd you say
I was
that?
thinking we draft teams with the second best players on NBA teams. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
but that's relative in some cases.
That's fine. Just
Okay.
not the best player on any teams. That's it.
Okay. So who gets the first pick?
All
And
right.
we're allowed to make a group decision if they are the best player on the
Okay,
team. or
all
not.
right, fair
You
enough.
could do the TikTok intro for that because I don't know how the
Yeah, I
fuck
don't know
you
how
I
do
know.
it.
I don't know.
Creating,
Draft a team using the second best players on.
you can't.
Each-
Don't say creating a squad.
Why? It's a draft. It has to be a draft.
Drafting
Drafting-
the
drafting
second
a
best
squad.
players on their respective teams.
But you're just saying teams twice. It sounds weird. But I guess
Drafting-
go for it.
What?
Drafting.
Well, because we're drafting teams
Mhm.
based on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
second best player on teams. So we have to say
Yes.
teams
All
twice.
right, go for it.
So drafting teams based on the second best players on teams.
No, that's stupid.
That's
Fuck
what I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah.
Yo,
Jeez.
I don't know what you want me to do, homie. You can't hear on the thing, I don't think.
I don't know. Draft. You just say draft a squad using the second best player on NBA teams.
yes.
Draft a squad.
Oh my.
Go ahead.
Draft a squad using the second best player on NBA teams.
There you go.
Cool.
Perfect.
Cool.
5-man lineups.
Sure.
Sure.
Cool.
Mhm.
All right. Who wants the first pick?
You have it. You did the intro.
You did do the
Me?
intro.
Okay.
And then who's second?
Me.
Draft an NBA team based on the best second options
Oh,
from the Shields.
way to be.
Good one,
DeShields.
Shields. All right. Draft an NBA team using the set. Wait, what is it?
Using the best second options.
The best second option. Okay.
Yes.
Drafting an NBA team. No. Drafting a team using the best second.
Yo, English, bro.
Trunks.
Using
Draft a team
drafting a
using the
team.
best second option.
Yo, turn the computer for him, bro. This fucking
Just
kid needs
fucking
to
do
read it.
English.
I can't do English. All right.
He's gonna fuck it up again. I know it.
No, I got this. Draft a team using the best second options.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh my god.
All
Who
right.
you got, Trunks?
All right. With the first overall pick, I'm gonna take Anthony Davis.
No,
Okay.
he's not the second option.
I'll happily take LeBron James.
No, you could have Anthony Davis.
With the second pick. Huh. I'm gonna take Devin Booker.
Solid one.
With the third pick, I'm gonna take Paul George.
With the fourth pick, I'll take James Harden. And with my next pick, I'll take Brandon Ingram.
Oh my god, this is rough. This is very difficult. Oh my god. With
Oh my god, I fucked up so bad.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god.
Who'd you take? You took Brandon Ingram and who?
James Harden.
I'm definitely gonna miss someone. Oh, I'm gonna sell so hard here. I already know it. Because it should be obvious. Like the way you guys are talking about it, it should be obvious. But it's not sticking out to me right now.
So make your pick, buddy.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
I'm
make your pick.
so fucked. Okay. With the sixth pick, taking Jaylen Brown.
The seventh pick, I'm taking Domantas Sabonis.
Now I'm
You win.
confused.
You win.
Now I'm a little confused,
Why?
honestly.
Now I'm confused.
I am a little confused. Wait,
I'm confused too.
Time out.
Why?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know who you're talking about either.
I mean, he might fall back to you, bro.
Yeah.
At this point, at this,
At this
point,
point, he might.
I think he's thinking about Julius.
Maybe.
Oh my god, please stop.
All right. So with my next pick.
The Shields, you got to stop with the in the chat stuff, all right?
I can't. I don't have it up.
Don't read
But
chat.
No, I knew. I just didn't pick him because I see it over there.
all right. So with my next pick, I'm gonna take Jamal Murray.
I knew that one was coming.
This is insane.
Yeah, it is kind of wild.
Is it? Oh God.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No
I don't
way.
know.
No way.
Now I feel bad.
No, me too.
And
Oh,
Did Dean actually understand?
I
if
don't
that's the right
know,
question?
but maybe
with my next pick, I'll take Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
that's what I was gonna take. So I don't think that.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna take Kyrie Irving.
Oh, there
That's-
he
that's
is.
who it was.
There he
Okay.
is. There he is. Okay.
I mean,
We mean what? We took
Yeah.
Sabonis, Ingram, Jaylen Brown, all before Kyrie.
Take Sabonis.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
Stop.
Stop.
Forgot about Kyrie.
I didn't forget.
Okay.
I forgot.
Bro's acting like he did that on purpose. Stop it.
This does get rough to a certain point.
Woof.
Stop.
The lineup has to make sense. Yeah.
With
Cool.
my next pick, I'm taking Darius Garland.
Darius.
Not Darius.
That's kind of the end right there of good second options.
Yeah. I got a pretty solid fucking squad.
I'm gonna take Chris Stapps.
I like that.
Take Chris Stapps. And then I'm gonna take there's really no one left.
Yeah, it's tough. There's not that many elite second options, to be honest.
I'll take Zach LaVine. Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a
I think so.
It's
fair.
relative. They're 1A,
Yeah.
1B, so I'll give it to
I'll
you.
take Zach LaVine.
You could have picked either one.
With my next pick, I'm going to take. Damn. Oh my God, Dean. I'm going to take Draymond Green.
I'm gonna take Rudy Tootie.
Nice.
Great pick.
Thanks. I needed a center.
What if they're the third option?
That's fine.
I think just not the first.
Yeah.
I mean, we did say draft the team with second
All
option.
right. So then
I
just
think
second
I think
option.
it's got to be.
Then second options.
it-
Sorry, buddy.
It's got to be either 2A, 2B. You know. what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
With my next pick. No.
God damn, this is rough.
This is rough.
No.
Especially forming a team.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, all right. With my next pick, I'm gonna take Drew Holiday. Are we counting them as?
I was about to say,
Are we
'cause I
counting
don't
them
know
as-
if that's 2A, 2B.
That's
No.
Drew Holiday is the second option.
I would say it's Chris Middleton.
This past year, Drew Holiday was
All
the
right,
second
fair
option.
Enough, fair enough. We'll give it to him.
And then with my last pick.
You got this, Trunks.
I know. I'm thinking
I feel like there's one clear guy right now that's left.
one clear guy.
I feel like there's one guy we missed.
There's a guy that no one drafted, but he doesn't fit my team.
There's two guys that I'm thinking
I
of.
wish I wouldn't have taken my last guy.
Two really good guys that I'm thinking of. Could argue three.
Damn, they don't fit my team though. This is rough.
Go ahead, Trump.
You know
make
what?
a pick.
I don't
buddy.
care. I'm playing him with the small forward. With my last
You're
pick,
gonna take Jared.
I'm taking Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
Screw it.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yo.
Yeah, Dean, you're going nuts over there.
Starving dog.
Bro,
Um,
you guys have had so much time to think.
I know.
Yeah, this is crazy how long this
Come
takes.
on, guys.
all right. I'm gonna take Franz Wagner.
Okay. With my final pick, I'm taking Karl Anthony Towns.
Mm-mm. No,
What?
he drafted Rudy Gobert.
He did draft Rudy Gobert.
Oh.
I forgot about Carl.
Oh my
I would have
God.
taken Carl. Damn.
Yeah, when you said it, I was like, all right.
Fuck. Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Yo, they're like, I don't know if you guys are going to even allow this. With my last pick, I'm taking Nicholas Claxton.
Yeah.
Why would we not allow it?
I'm just, because you guys said second option, but he's like the second best player on the team.
I think that's fine.
Yeah. I'll let it. Yeah.
Rudy Tootie's not really the second option. He's the he,
Okay,
He
yeah,
took
yeah, yeah.
Draymond.
You took Draymond, yeah.
But he's the second. Okay, all right, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, no, I was just making sure.
Is Draymond even really the second best player on the team?
I don't even know if he's the third.
What?
We kind of just let you have
Bro,
that.
what are you
because
guys
whatever.
talking about? Well, you got Rudy over fucking Cat.
That's not that bad. That's
Rudy's-
not that bad.
You don't think Rudy's better than Cat?
I do not think, Rudy is.
I think it's at least close.
I think it's
You
closer.
of all
It's
people
closer than
don't think
Draymond.
Rudy's better than Cat?
I know.
It's closer than
tough.
Draymond being the
It's
second
tough.
best
That is
player on
very
the
true.
Warriors.
I don't agree with that though.
I
Draymond
think
is
it
the
is.
second best player on the Warriors.
All right, let's run through our lineups real quick.
I didn't finish drafting.
He did not make
Oh.
his last pick.
I mean, there's really Actually, I'll take Miles Turner.
Oh,
Solid.
that's a good one.
thought about him at the
Fuck,
beginning.
I did not think about him.
DeJounte Murray went undrafted.
DeJounte Murray did go undrafted. He just didn't fit my team. I couldn't
Me
do
either.
it.
So did CJ
Hmm.
McCollum. Well, actually, no, you picked Brandon Ingram. Forgot. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
really know
it's
who else,
rough.
but my team is Jamal Murray, Drew Holiday, Jaren Jackson Jr., Anthony Davis, and Bam Adebayo.
That's a lot of big dudes.
Bro,
That's a lot of
Dude.
team. Jesus.
We're clamping up.
Oh my god.
I have Kyrie, D Book, Franz, Sabonis, and Rudy Gobert.
Ew.
Jesus.
That's so
Christ.
That's so bad.
Why is it
I
so
have-
bad?
I have Darius Garland, Jalen Brown, Paul George, Draymond Green, and Nicholas Claxton.
I have James Harden, Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram, Chris Stapps, and Miles Turner.
I like that.
I win.
That's that's the one.
Let's go.
Who are you picking?
Who am I picking?
Yeah.
What was yours? You've Jaren at the 3. You Sabonis and Rudy. It has to be Sully.
He is Draymond, though.
What are you talking
What's-
about,
what's
bro?
Draymond gonna
Sabonis
do?
and
I'm literally
Rudy.
gonna lock you
What's
guys
wrong
up.
with
I'm
that?
locking.
What's
both
wrong
of
with
you
my
guys up.
squad?
You've Jaren at the 3.
So
That's horrible.
we're locking everyone up.
Who's your 3? Paul George?
Paul George.
Yeah, good luck, bro.
Bam could guard Paul George
Go on.
Bro, please stop.
or Anthony Davis.
Oh my god.
Let's
Oh
go.
my God.
I win.
Who's shooting?
Jamal and Drew.
Well, Jaren can shoot, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy was probably.
I mean, look.
found
To be
my
fair,
downfall.
Draymond and Claxton can't really shoot either.
Jamal's taking every shot.
We got everything you need. Spacing. No defense. Rim protection.
Yeah,
But
Hey,
no
man.
perimeter defense.
Hey man, we got Jalen and PG, and then Darius Garland will set the offense up. So, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
That's
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around for the entirety of it, we do appreciate you. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials in that description below. Thank you to our partners over at Sorare and SeatGeek. Really do appreciate you guys. And with that,
Ball game.
That was ball game.
Ball game.